Witness today's youth move their arms and legs to the beat of their faith for Jesus. See how the new generation expresses their relationship with God. Today's guest will talk to us about his ministry, which has led many young adults to find a closer relationship with God and a display of modern dance moves.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on today's edition of Person to Person. For years, dance has always attracted and motivated young people, whether seen in music, movies, or in real life. With dance, our guest has been able to motivate a group of inner-city youths in Stamford into finding a closer relationship with God and a positive atmosphere wherever they go. I would like you to meet our guest today, TJ Shabazz. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, please tell us about your ministry and the message that you are trying to send out.
All right. The ministry is Christ and Company, and the message I'm trying to send out is a new form of dance, a new form of worship to God. Because there's a way that some people may do it through miming, and some may sing, some may do praise dances, but this is a form of worship. It's actually called crump worship. And the message I'm trying to bring out is a new form of worship to God through dance. So okay. It's a new form.
Okay. That's very interesting. Can you describe the inspiration behind the kinds of dances that you and your group practices?
All right. We do a whole bunch of different dances. It's like we get visions. You know, some of us will close my kids will close their eyes when they dance, and they will like envision things that God is showing them, and they'll act them out. Also, the words to the actual song will be an inspiration. Like, say if it says like a tree, some kids will do moves that will be like tree moves, or scriptures that we know that are passages in the Bible. They would do verses, and they would actually dance out the verse. Okay. And also symbolism. So like there's also a move that we do that is like we act like we're pulling something open, like a lion's mouth, and we call that the Lion of Judah. So it's symbolism, visions, scripture verses, and personal experiences relational with God are all exploited through the dance. So those are inspirations for what we do.
That's great. Tell us about the activities that you and your group participate in. Cool.
All right. We do talent shows. We've done a couple talent shows. Actually, we came together as a group. We started as a talent show. We wasn't even a group yet. Okay. We came together as a talent show. We came in like second place. And we also did a fashion show, a Christian fashion show. We were hosted in there. We've done, what else have we done? We've done talent shows. We've done a birthday party. So we minister at these. That's neat. Minister at these events.
Do you have like weekly meetings?
Yes, pretty much every Thursday. My job has gotten pretty intricate, so it hasn't been able to run as fluidly as I would like. But we're actually doing one this actual Thursday, so we do it every Thursday at the Boys and Girls Club of Stamford. Okay, yeah. And that's where I run out of my groups, and yeah, so we just do events that we can get to. We did a youth conference in West Haven called Centervention, and we ministered there. So we get around.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
What was it like for you growing up?
Growing up, good question. I grew up knowing about God. I grew up my mother was a Christian, very strong Christian, but I was kind of forced to go to church and do different things, but I did also learn a lot of things growing up. I always like to say I never had a normal childhood because my mom had me watching Christian cartoon movies and Christian-based movies, so I was like, I didn't have a normal childhood, but I'm thankful for the childhood I had because it made me a better person in the faith.
Who you are today.
So yeah.
That's great. A lot of people don't have that. Yeah. Growing up, what was your most challenging moment, and how did you overcome it?
The most challenging moment was when my mother had 2 brain aneurysms. I was at the age of 11. She almost died, and how I overcame it was a very serious moment in my life. When I was in the bathroom and I knew she was going to the hospital, at this point, I didn't know she had 2 brain aneurysms, but I was scared that she's gonna die or something bad was really gonna happen, so I just prayed in the bathroom. I was like, God, please don't take my mother. You know, I need my mother. I want my mother. Please keep my mother. She survived. She had to go through a long time of recuperation because of the brain.
I can imagine,
it takes a while, but that was the most toughest time in my life that I almost lost my mother. So thank God she's here. And she's still recuperating still over the later years, but that was a tough time. But she made it and she didn't die. I guess I say my prayer was answered, you know? So, hey, yeah.
How and when did your ministry begin?
My ministry, wow, that's a great question. My ministry began, see, like I said, it started as a talent show.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a ministry yet. But as
it was just for fun?
It was just like we were just a group, and I would infiltrate Bible study.
Yeah.
So it was kind of ministry, but not fully. We really focused more so on the dancing part than the Bible study. A lot of my kids were more into like, hey, we're high school. We're we're not really into all that, you know, God stuff right now. So like it started off Bible study, and I would check how their personal life was going, how their spiritual life was going, and how their school life was going. Okay. So it was 3 areas that I focused on in the beginning stages of the ministry. And they would let me know, I'm doing this way in school, I'm doing this way at home, and I'm doing this way in my spiritual walk. As we grew, I had an experience when I was in prayer talking to God, just me and God. And he was like, you need to change your group into ministry because it's not fully ministry. Because like I said, they're young, they're more focused on, you know, dancing. It's fun. We dance, you know, that's what we do. So one day I came in, we had a little meeting, and I said, hey guys, we used to be Kingdom Crump. Before Christ and Company, we were Kingdom Crump. And I was like, I feel God is telling me we need to change the name of this group to Christ and Company. And you know, of course, they weren't all like happy-go-lucky about it. And I said, we need to change our dance names too, to godly dance names. So it's like, where's this guy going with this? But they respected it. They were little, like, had to pull them by the ears, but they took on it. So how it changed, it became Christ and Company. We have Bible studies still, and from just crumping, it became Crump Worship, which is series of changes. So that's how the ministry started.
All right, that's great. Let's see how you have developed from where you began until now.
What's good, Crump World? It's your boy Young Seek, aka the cool guy, here again live. You know, it is what it is. Christ is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I just hope the Crump World could come in contact with Christ, because Christ already is what it is. Outside of dance, outside of Crump, Christ is what it is. So when y'all come into the recollection of Christ being Lord over your life, your Crump will go to the next level. I'll see you there, The Limit, 2010. Cheer.
What kind of direction would you like for you and your ministry to move or grow into the future?
I would like to see all the people that I raised up in this, you know, that God has put me over leadership-wise, become leaders themselves and raise up other people in the same way that they've been taught, and teach others how to do what I've taught them to do. I would like to, basically, the leaders of tomorrow. You know, you don't be the leader and don't make others leaders. You send them off. That's the greatest thing. It's cliche almost to say that you want your student to excel the teacher.
To be like you, ultimately.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, last but not least, please tell us about how we could get involved or participate in your ministry. What is the best way to contact you in your group?
Okay, I'll do contact information first because that's the easiest to remember. My email is tc.shabazz@gmail.com. I can also be contacted on my YouTube page, which is Gnosis, Gnosis CT. That's on YouTube. And my Facebook is TJ Preacher Shabazz, which is SHABAZZ.
Okay.
That's on Facebook. So got the contact out.
Okay.
How I would like to be helped, if you can get the word out. Tell people about it, that hey, if you want to learn a new way to worship God through dance, you can come to the Boys and Girls Club Thursday nights. Look for me there from 6 to 9 o'clock.
In Stamford? In
Stamford, Connecticut. And just get the word out and say, hey, he's doing something cool. Tell the youth. Be great.
Okay.
Have some more young teens out there. That'd be great.
All right. Today's guest has shared with us how he inspires the youth in Fairfield County and delivers a message of faith through his ministry of dance and worship. He has also shared with us his roots of growing up and how he came to his faith and his relationship with God. I would like to thank our guest, TJ Shabazz, for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed today's show and that you will continue joining us on the next edition of Person to Person. Thank you and good day. Yeah.
This has been Person to Person with your host, Derek Schmidt. Directed by Elizabeth Murillo. I'm your announcer, Tommy Carlucci. Person to Person is a Norwalk Community College student production.